Last episode we began our NIO Power Journeys leaving Chengdu, but not before being a little bit freaked out by the advice we should acquire some snow chains.
Everything's fine, everything's okay. Everything's going exactly as I planned. In the cold, this is going to suck.
Late to get away, we arrived under dark at our first stop in Kangding before being greeted in the morning by mountain views. We ascended up to 4,000 meters, hitting the grasslands and finally reaching our second stop in Yajiang, where we resumed our road trip.
So next morning we're leaving Yajiang. We're currently at 2,600 meters. We're heading to the 18th Bend Heaven Road up at 45,000 meters, then on to Litang Old City. And if time permits, we'll head on to Daocheng, which is Shangri-la, like countryside. Let's get on the road, let's go. Was dark here tonight. Once again though, now it's bright. We're just surrounded by mountains.
Never said you felt that way. Guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away.
Okay, so we're climbing up the mountains here, all the way up to about 4,800 meters to the 18th Bend Heaven Road. I'm not actually in the NIO ET5 Touring right now. I'm actually in the NIO ES8 because my cameraman is in the Touring, just setting up some cameras while we're en route, trying to be a little bit more efficient. This is the top of the line for NIO, 6-seat, big, comfortable SUV with air suspension, 480 kilowatts of power, 850 Newton meters of torque, 0 to 100 in 4.1 seconds. This is not a bad way to travel if this is your thing, a big, premium, comfortable SUV. However, we are pulling up onto the 18th Bend Heaven Road, and this is not the car that I want to be in right now. So we're going to pull over and I'm going to swap back into that.
So we're at the bottom of this rising gorge, not even at the bottom, we're kind of halfway up, but you can see behind me what that is the 18-turn Heaven Road snaking up that gorge, and by the end of it we'll be at over 4,500 meters. I'm not driving the ES8 for this, no way. I'm jumping back into the ET5 Touring and seeing what this road has to offer, because by the looks of it and everything around us, it's gonna offer spectacular views and potentially some great driving. Let's not delay it anymore. Let's see what it's got to offer.
So we're in the ET5 Touring because now we're on the 18 Bend Heaven Road, going up to over 4,500 meters on this tarmac that's just twisting backwards and forth as it just rises to over 4,800 meters. The altitude is no joke, but if you can stomach it and you have a NIO, I would more than suggest that you try out this power route, because this is an amazing power road. And this part right here, if you've got a car like the ET5 Touring, oh, you're gonna have fun on it. Remember, this has got 380 kilowatts of power and 700 Newton meters of torque, 0 to 100 in 4 seconds, which means you can absolutely carve these corners and then punch out of it. Oh, yeah. Amazing road to drive. Amazing view to see. We've been filming on the 318 on this power road, and I have to tell you, the hardest thing is that every kilometer we could just pull off and take beautiful images, because it is flabbergasting how amazing the views are here. Stop off, get a coffee, get your 318 route sticker. You gotta try this, you gotta do it. Boom. Whoa. Some of you may be wondering why I'm going back down this mountain. Surely that's the wrong way. And it is. The simple answer is, I don't know when the next time I might be on a road like this, in a car like this. So I'm just here having fun. Whoa. Amazing.
Okay, so we've been playing for a little while on the 18 Bend Heaven Road. We're still not all the way up it, but it's time to leave now and continue on to Litang. That's a large city that's still about 3,900 meters above sea level. We're gonna keep going up from here on. We're at 4,200 meters right here. We'll go up over 4,800 meters now. So let's go. One thing I will add is we played going up and down here, shooting several times, literally for hours, and no worries about battery levels because we know there's plenty of places to charge along the way. And I'm sure between here and Litang, we'll stop off at a NIO Power fast charger and top up on some battery. For now, let's continue on the 318.
People might still complain about range anxiety and the inability to go places with an EV, but you know, if you're like in the likes of the UK or quite a bit of Europe, there's not a lot of places that are as high as this and as remote as this. So if NIO can do this here in China, and they are committed to doing this as well in Europe, I mean, being a NIO user anywhere in the world is going to be a massive positive, especially if you like getting outdoors, going into nature and going to these remote areas. A few years ago, doing this in an EV would have been a massive undertaking. Now, it's no harder than doing it in that petrol car in front of me. I'm going to do more of these power journeys. This ET5 Touring, been absolutely faultless on this drive. It's been a brilliant companion. And yes, we have the ES8 as a camera car, but that's mostly carrying camera equipment. And the camera guys, in here is my suitcase with my stuff and my wife, who's also on my journey, as well as a load of camping gear in here as well. Snacks, oxygen, all of that rigmarole easily fitting in here. I actually laid down the seats today because we didn't need the seats up. We weren't carrying anybody in the rear. And now I just have loads of space to just chuck in all those goodies and souvenirs I'm gonna buy on the way.
NIO Power is responsible for all things charging related, including curating these NIO Power Journeys. In China, there's a total of 2,116 NIO battery swap stations with 651 operating on highways. Users in China have nearly completed over 32.5 million battery swaps. Beyond swap stations, there are 3,411 NIO branded charge piles with a total of over 20,000 outlets. And users also have access to over 934,000 third-party chargers in China. NIO Power claim they currently have 78% charging coverage in China, but with the speed that they're opening new swap stations and chargers, these stats are probably already out of date.
Okay, so we are making our final descent into Litang, which is basically the end of our way on the 318 National Road before we turn onto the 218 National Road to Shangri-la. We were thinking about traveling tonight down to Shangri-la, but we need to eat dinner, we need to charge the cars, so we think it's best that we'll stop off here and pick it up early in the morning. Let's go and see what Litang has to offer, except for breathlessness.
We found another NIO charger and plugged the cars in to get some juice for the following day. Then we tracked down a popular local restaurant to try some yak hot pot before an early night, or so we thought.
We just came out of our hotel randomly. They said there was a gucheng here, so like an ancient town or an old town. So we thought we'd come here, and we literally turned out of our hotel, and you hear that noise in the background. I'm going to take you to it. It's a very kind of magical place. Everything's kind of lit up. there's these kind of spinning cylinders which are used by Buddhist people here, and as they walk past they kind of spin them while saying, I guess, prayers or mantras. Look, here somebody's coming right now, so as he walks past you'll see Okay, so he's doing his prayers and spinning thing. But that noise in the background, let me take you to that, because it is heaving there in Litang, 3,900 meters in the air. What do people do at night? Packed into this little square is, I don't know, maybe 100 people dancing around in circles. I had to go myself, made a fool of myself. A lot of people here having fun. Hello. Just have a look. Just have a look. Absolutely heaving here at 9 p.m. 3,900 meters up here in Litang. Everyone's having a great time. Maybe you can still hear in the background the music pumping. We've come away now. We're parked up next to our hotel for the night. We're staying here tonight. We were going to go on to Daocheng and Shangri-la directly. We thought it best to charge here. You can easily go from Yajiang all the way to Daocheng if you don't drive up and down the 18 Bend Road like I did for hours on end. But if you just drive through, you can definitely do it in the ET5T. With the ES8, you just have to be a bit careful, but it should be more than doable. Now, because we're staying at 3,900 meters and a couple of the guys on the team are feeling a little bit worse for wear, the hotel we're staying in has something a little bit special. In fact, the whole hotel is kind of this traditional special environment. So I'm going to take you inside and show you, and I'm going to show you what exactly is inside the room that's a little bit special to hotels here. Let's go. Okay, so this whole place is made of wood, and as you walk in, you get a distinct smell of open wood burning, because right in the center of this hotel over here is an open place fire, and the whole thing has that earth richy smell. Sorry, I'll try again. That whole rich earthy smell of wood burning, and the whole thing, if you come into the kind of foyer, is just absolutely, you know, beautiful, traditional, and, you know, a kind of special place to stay for a night. Let me show you why in the rooms here are special, right? Okay. Success. Okay, so apart from the room again being very nice, very warm in here, got radiators everywhere, but the thing that makes hotels here a bit special with 3,900 meters is this little thing here. This produces oxygen. So if you are, you know, struggling to breathe up here, if you're not adjusted and acclimatized, and you can check into a hotel that offers this service. And if that's not enough, just pumping into the room, you can always strap in a lead directly, you know, kind of in the hospital, put up your nose and go to sleep. Yeah, I thought it was a bit special, so I thought I'd share that for you. Anyway, we're all off to bed tonight. We're getting up early tomorrow, heading to a mountain and then on to Shangri-la. So, see you tomorrow.
Make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next episode. We have a lot of ground to cover, turning off the 318 road after Litang and heading south via Daocheng as we head to Yading Shangri-la, the official end of this NIO Power Journeys. Along the way, we're reminded of the dangers of travelling these remote areas, as well as stunned by desolate beauty.